All right. So here is one of the favorite things to talk about, and it's our worries, our fears, our misconceptions about coaching. And so if you have questions, these are probably going to answer them. And I like talking about this because I'm very honest about the business and what I do. So I want you to know everything about this business, and I want you to know everything before you get involved. And I want to make sure that that this is for you. So all right, so let's ditch these thoughts and our worries and fears and misconceptions. So I actually took a poll and figured out what people's most worries and misconceptions were. Actually, some of these are mine too. So this is great. So one of the first ones, I'm not a fitness or nutrition expert. Guess what? It's okay. You do not have to be an expert in anything to help people, right? And so, you think about every successful person. I want you to think of who you think is so successful. They never started as an expert. And I always hear this, like anyone who was an expert was once a beginner, and that's so true. So no, you do not have to be a fitness and nutrition expert, but you do need to be passionate enough to learn and be coachable, and to talk to others and be passionate about helping. And I'm gonna say, you need to be an expert in being compassionate and talking to someone, being someone's cheerleader, or telling someone they can do it. I think the biggest thing you can have in this business is seriously to be resourceful and coachable. And so for me, I don't know everything about fitness. I don't know everything about nutrition, but if someone has a question or something's not working, I can Google the heck out of it, or I will find out, or I will ask someone. So there's so many resources within our team where you can go and ask someone, or you can find out. Every program that is created is designed by a professional. So it's designed by someone, a dietitian, like for our nutrition, or it's designed by a bunch of people. So you can go into these programs and find all the answers that you're probably looking for. The biggest thing you can do is do this yourself. So if you want to be good at something, do it yourself. Do the workout yourself, follow the nutrition. That way you can teach it to others. And eventually you'll start to know things right off the bat because you've been doing it. So you do not have to be a fitness or nutrition expert in this, but you have to be ready to learn and be like, okay, well, I can figure this out. And be able to just help people, right? And so again, people don't get results because of, they don't always get results by the workouts and the meal planning and everything else. They don't need to be experts to get results, but they do need the motivation. They do need the support. And that is the biggest part that people lack. So if you can accomplish that, then you crush this. All right. Next, I'm not at my goal weight, right? So you might be like, oh my gosh, I can't be a coach. I'm not even at my own goal weight. That is okay. I started this business. I was not at my goal weight. I was nowhere near it. But what I did is I simply shared my journey. And honestly, sometimes people, they don't want to see the skinny girl get skinnier. They want to see something genuine, talk about your journey, right? Have confidence within yourself. Okay, I can work on my goals. I can share it with other people. That makes it fun. So, and maybe you're already at your goal and you're like, I'm already fit. So I'm great. Do I have a journey to share? I promise you that you have a transformation to share. You have a journey to share, whether it's emotionally, maybe you're working on muscles, whatever, or maybe you want to do a run or whatever, but you share whatever journey it is, and people will relate to your journey. Different people relate to your journey. So no, you do not have to be at your goal weight, and actually makes it more fun because you're like, okay, I'm going to use this. I'm going to get amazing results, and I'm going to prove to everybody out there who says they're too busy, or whatever struggle you're going through, you're going to prove to people that they can do this. And that's inspiring. Okay, I don't have a large network. I'm not on social media, right? So you might be like, oh my gosh, I only have 100 followers. All right. So when I first started, I had 300 friends on Facebook and I had no Instagram, which is so crazy now to have a lot of followers. But everybody starts from the bottom. Everybody, no matter what business you join, whatever, no matter what you do, you start at the bottom and you work your way up. And so, no, you can still be successful. So I found success without having an Instagram, without having a LinkedIn, without having a Twitter, and only having 300 friends on Facebook. So if I can find success in that, you can too. So, I teach you how to do this. And that's the thing, that's the biggest part to realize from this, is that there's coach trainings. I work with you one-on-one. So when you join in, you're not like, here you go, good luck. I'm with you. I help you. I help you get to your goals, and I help you find those people and find how to build your social media and how to make this into a business and how to be an influencer. So because I've done it, so I didn't just magically have all these followers. I did it. I worked for it. And I would teach you how to do the same. And I will tell you, I have seen some rocking successful people who even don't have an Instagram, or some people who have or don't have a Facebook, and just have a couple followers. And it has nothing to do with the amount of followers. It's what you do with the followers that you have. So I don't want to sell is another big worry. I don't want to sell to anybody, right? I don't want to sell to my family and friends. I hate selling. I am with you 100%. I don't like selling anything. I especially don't want to sell to family and friends. I don't want to be that salesy girl. So how to get over that? You just don't be salesy. It's literally that simple. If you go to post something and you're like, oh, I want to post about this or something that I'm doing, and you're like, this just feels salesy, then don't post it. Like, you are not required to do anything. There are no obligations as a coach. So you're not like, oh, I got to post about this and I don't really want to. Then don't. You don't. So for me personally, I want people to follow me for me. I want people to follow me because I'm Farron Duran. I don't want them to follow me because of Beachbody or because of the shake I drink or the workout. Like, I want them to be like, wow, she's awesome. Like, that's how you're not salesy. You build your brand. And that's what keeps you different from everyone else and also makes you you and you not salesy. And again, I teach you all of those things because I don't want to be that either. Maybe you think, okay, another one is like, I'm shy or an introvert. I don't know how to talk to people. Oh my gosh. I am the girl that I don't like walking in places by myself. I get really nervous. And I have always said since day one, this job is like an introvert's dream job because I get to play and talk to people from my computer. And so I talk to people from my computer. I feel much more comfortable. I can think about what I want to say. I don't feel I don't feel as introverted. I feel like, hey girl, what's up? You can do this. And I feel like my inner Farron comes out. My inner extrovert's like, yay, with this job. And so, yeah, sometimes I go and I meet people in person and, but that's, I've grown to be. I was never that person, but, and now that I've done this business, I start to feel more confident and I can do it. So, no, you can be a total introvert and shy. But, what's crazy is that I found that more coaches are introverts than like I've ever met before. But because we have the computer that we can kind of hide behind and we're here and then it like eliminates that extra stress. So you can do, like, seriously, you can do this. Okay. I'm afraid of what people will think. Wow. That's a big one. And so if you are right now, like, I want to do this, but I want to do it so bad, but I'm afraid what people will think. And I will tell you, in the words of my dear friend, Rachel Hollis, don't you ever let anybody stop you from being who you are because of their fears or their like negativity. No. Like, if you think for a second, like, I really want to do this, or I just want everyone to think, are you passionate about helping other people? Do you believe like in it? Then do it. And those people come around. Like Nate, you can never not do something that you want to do that's positive and you're passionate about because of someone's negativity or because you're afraid someone's going to be negative or you're afraid of what they're going to say. Like, that is never a reason not to do it. So you just get over that and you're like, all right, read some personal development, talk to me, we can talk one-on-one. And, when you join in, you have a whole team of people that have your back. So when I get really nervous, like, oh my gosh, I'm posting something that really makes me nervous, I talk to my team. I'm like, hey guys, can I use some support? Like, is this okay? Or do you guys think this is good? Or can you give some love on my post? Like, I'm really nervous. And we all band together. So that's not something to be worried about. Even though it is easy to worry what people think of you. Sometimes I always do the 10-year rule. Okay. So this is how I do anything that I'm worried about. But I'll say, like, in 10 years, am I ever going to look back and be like, man, I really regret joining, like, being like a fitness coach and inspiring others and being my best self and making an income for my family and going on trips and doing all this fun stuff. Man, I really regret that. No, but you might, and you will in 10 years be like, man, I really regret not doing that just because I was afraid of what people would think. I'm not friends with so-and-so anymore. Like, that's not a reason. So if I'm ever think like in 10 years, I would totally regret not, then I always do. And I'm like, you know what, do it. What is the harm? Okay. All right. I don't have time is a big misconception or fear or worry that we have. It's like, oh my, why don't I have time to do this? I already do a million other things. Okay. So let me break it down. I am a mom of 2. I'm a wife. I'm a CT tech and X-ray tech. I volunteer as much as I can. I play lacrosse. My girl is in dance and gymnastics and now playing soccer. My son is in soccer and lacrosse. Every single thing. We have birthday parties, and I'm a mom and I want to just be with them on top of that. And I'm a wife and I want to be with my husband. So yes, we all have our own kind of busy. And you might be like, I have 3 jobs. How am I going to do this? And I always say that, we make time for things that are a priority in our life. And so when I first started this business, I had no time, and I had a 5-month-old baby, and I was like, how am I going to do this? So I started out just doing a half an hour each day. Like, that was it, a half an hour at my kitchen table on my phone. I had no computer. I didn't have anything fancy. I just was on my like little teeny old iPhone, and I was doing it. And my iPhone and a notebook, and I didn't have the time. But then I started to find that I could work in the pockets of my time. So when my son was playing lacrosse, like, oh, okay. When my daughter was taking a nap, when instead of watching Survivor with my husband, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of work right here, and I'm going to sit with you, but I'm going to do a little work. And so I did that. And I found these little pockets in my time, like of my life, that I had this extra time that I didn't even realize I had. Or maybe I send voice memos, like, on my way, or like when I'm sitting at a traffic light. So there's always a way. And so one of my favorite coaches is a full-time teacher, and like she crushes it, and so it's like, yeah, anybody, you can do this, but give yourself opportunity. So when you think if time is one, it doesn't take a lot of time to be passionate for helping other people. So if you're like, I do really want to help other people, then you just kind of find the time. And most of the time, a lot of you, if you're following me, you're probably doing it anyway, whether you want to work out or you're on a fitness journey, like you're probably doing these things anyway, but now you're just kind of helping other people in the process. So yeah, it seems like you think you have to have a lot of time to do this, but all you're really doing is sharing your journey, and like you're getting healthy, sharing your journey, paying it forward to others, and then you're being a coach and making an income. So, all right, last one. You think you're not that interesting. I promise you that you are. So if you're like, I don't even know, like, will people even think I'm cool? Yes. And there's something special about you, I can promise you. And so different people relate like to different people. And so the same person who might relate to you might be like, I don't even like this Farron girl. They might not even relate to me, but to you, that, so it's just, you just share who you are and be authentically you. And that's also something I help with, helping you find your voice and find your target niche and find your target market, who you want to talk to. And it's actually a lot easier than you think. And so, but you never know who you're going to inspire just because you decide to be healthy and post about it and make this decision that I want to help other people. I want to make this my job. You never know who's watching you, and it's like, oh my gosh, like I didn't give up because of you. And this, so you have the opportunity that one person watching you, you could change their whole entire life. And that one person watching you might join you and rock this business with you. And that could change your entire life. So, if you're watching this and you listen to all these and you have any more questions, message me privately if you want, but I can tell you that all the fears and misconceptions and worries that I had when I first started were nothing now. Like, I realized that I made the time. I figured out what was a priority to me. And the little bit of time that I did put in all made it worth it, because now I get to be home with my kids. Now I don't have to worry about leaving them. So putting in this little extra time here and there. And when I wanted to build a blog, or I wanted to do these extra things, like, that was my, the best thing as a coach is that there is no obligation. There's no right or wrong way to be a coach. You do it in your own time. You're not required to sell a certain amount. You're not required to buy a certain amount. You simply be a coach in your own time and in your own way. So if you're like, well, this is the time I can only put in an hour a week, and this is what I'm going to do, and this is my goal, then do you. Like, do you, boo. That's it. You don't have to do anything. Like, there's no obligation. You don't have to buy all this product and sell it. You don't have to do all this crazy stuff. You don't have to worry, and you're not putting your family at risk. This is simply just, it's the most simple job in the world. Like, the most simple, best job. Simply be healthy. Spread that. Help others be healthy. Make an income. All right. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in a little bit.